going on, folks? Fellow flat earth inhabitants. I just wanted to talk about how people just don't understand why you care so much about proving to people that the earth is flat and enclosed with a small sun and moon circling around, instead of, this infinite vacuum of self-creating space with all these other worlds and chaotic black holes and comets, meteors that can hit our world and end it at any time. And, it's like, not to compare myself with a lion or anybody else with a mouse, but would you expect a lion and a mouse to react the same way to a threat? Or react the same way to being dominated? No, they wouldn't. Just like not everybody's going to react the same way to a threat, right? Because we're all different. And we are biologically, in our DNA, we handle things different. We would have different roles in society. I would be one that would actually defend physically, whatever community or whatever we were living in. The mouse type people would be weaving baskets, it's so it's like you can't expect to understand me, just because even if you were a psychologist or educated, quote unquote, you can't expect to understand everyone's, reasoning for why they do what they do. I don't do good with being controlled or dominated by other people or by any force with guns. I don't do good with that. I don't do good with being brainwashed from a young age to believe in a reality that doesn't exist. I don't do good with, pretending to own property, but if I don't pay the taxes, it gets taken from me. I don't do good with pretending that we have a real, government where we actually have a choice when we know damn well that that's not the truth. I don't do good with these things. So therefore, I can't function as you would expect a quote-unquote normal person to function in this total fake reality that's been constructed around us. When you start to see things for what they really are, you wake up and it's like it's a blessing and it's a curse, at the same time, because it's hard to go through life looking at everyone else brainwashed, looking at everyone else believing and accepting and just going along with lies. And while the truth, that's hard, but also it's a blessing because all the earthly desires that you had of having money and cars or whatever it is, it totally just goes away. I don't have any desire to gain in this world. Therefore, I won't do bad things to gain them. I won't do things that go against my understanding of what morality is to gain these things. How like cops, enforce quotas when they know it's wrong, they know it's not freedom, they know it's not what they're supposed to do, but they do it anyway because they want their check and they want their earthly material things. A lot of the time they just need to pay their bills too, but that's just goes to show you how deep it goes. Now it's beyond getting material things. It's literally you have to do things that go against what you know is right to literally pay the bills and just support your family with food. We live in a society where the normal food is marked, right? The normal food, the non-GMO, organic, all that is normal. All it is regular food. But people accept the price hike and the labeling of normal food, while the harmful food is just, not even labeled. They don't tell you what's wrong with it, how it'll affect you, nothing. That's like having two rooms, one with clean air and one with toxic air that can harm you over a long period of time, right? And they mark the one that's clean and say, this is clean air, this is non-toxified air. And people are like, oh, great. But the one with the toxic air isn't even marked. They don't tell you what it's toxified with. You know, they don't tell you anything. You know, that wouldn't make sense, right? That wouldn't be something a sane society would participate in willingly, would it? So, like, I don't expect for you people to look at me like I'm just a normal person looking for truth. I expect for you to look at me like somebody who's a little crazy or resentful of the choices he's made, and you know, now he's just looking for God because he feels so lost. And these are all the things that they assume because they have automated reactions, automated responses, because they are automated drones at this point. They don't understand that it's actually the truth that has brought me to the Father. It's the truth that has brought me back to my roots with Christ, our Savior. It's finding out the nature of your world to where it's an undeniable creation of some sort, not something that came about from a random series of events, okay? When you know you live in some type of, you know, machine with weather systems and, you know, all these intricate things. I mean, it's obvious that it's creation without knowing this, but this is how they get away without knowing the earth is flat and domed. It's still obvious creation, but they get away with, you know, swaying people the other way because specifically of space and planets and all these other things. That's what they get people with, to make them think that they're all alone in this big, vast, infinite vacuum of space, and, you know, everything came about over billions and billions and billions of years, and, you know, whatever. I've always said it's obvious it's a creation. It's obvious. And whenever these people are, you know, thinking, you know, calling me uneducated, he doesn't know how evolution works, I always hit them with, well, how do you explain a stick bug? How do you explain? So you're telling me that this bug had a random genetic mutation that just so happened to be what will make it look like what it already dwells on. So you're telling me that this random genetic mutation just happened to be what this bug needed to look exactly like what it dwells on? No. And they get stuck, and they have nothing to say. And then I remember one person said, "Oh, that's a good question to ask a camouflage evolutionist." It's like, there is no fucking answer, okay? The answer is everything was created the way you see it today. Yeah. Adaptation's a thing. Yeah, things adapt, you know, and things do change, but there's limits to the change. Like a dog, you know, coming from a wolf. You have all these different types of dogs, but you can't breed a dog into a cat. There's limits to how much things can change. They don't change from species to species. Every species was the way it is now. A lion was a lion when it first came about. A whale was a whale when it first came about. A wolf was a wolf when it first came about. It's not just this. Everything you know is a lie. Everything is a deception. Everything you learn in school, all the history. You know, obviously there are some things that can't be faked, which is, you know, a lot of different sciences. A lot of different sciences can't be faked, obviously. But the ones that can't be tested or experimented on, like astrophysics, yeah, that's fake, okay? Fake. There is no space. There's no outer space, period. This gets proven easily with the camera I'm recording with right now. You can zoom in on stars, bring them into view, and they look like some type of electrical light underwater. If you think that this camera can zoom in 20 trillion miles away to the nearest star and bring it into view, you'll believe anything. Just like you believe you're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour right now. It wouldn't make a difference if I told you we're spinning at 10 billion miles an hour right now. You would accept it because you can't measure it. You can't detect it. So you just believe what you're told. Anyway, getting into town, so I'm signing off. God bless you all.